totally agree with that. The other thing though that I found was a solution, and you mentioned it briefly. Tell us about Mary Poppins.
You want to hear the whole story about Mary Poppins?
We have the time. If you have the time, we
We
have the
have time. Okay,
time.
okay. Again, that sort of fit within the a lot of things there that fit within the whole scientific thing, like when you are pushed off your merry-go-round, you want to try and get back on. Okay. And what I started to understand about myself, not only our innate nature as human beings, okay, which I think we resist, but my nature was this joyous, playful, creative, fun-loving person that really identified with the whole Mary Poppins being able to just say, let me play along, let me have this fantasy life, let me just see where it goes. And um, in the course of everything that I've spoken about, I was able to really come back to myself and how I had really always been, because I think we have our own unique
Interesting.
personalities.
Right. Yes.
And so my own unique personality that had been covered up with all of these layers of things and all this stuff and pain was able to was like there, was in that space.
Okay.
Now,
Okay.
just
Yeah.
anecdotally, around the same time Mary Poppins came to Broadway in the UK, and I decided to go.
Yes. So them going, and that worked out just fine because I liked what you said about her when how she just was able to say this is a problem, but it's not a problem because I'm gonna go do something else.
Mhm.
And I think that's because you can't if you focus and culture is up here. If you focus on what the problem, do you believe you're getting more of the problem?
Focus on the problem.
You can end up creating the
Well,
problem larger.
yeah, again, it's just like those people that you said that just that stay stuck in that drama, that it's like it makes them feel good. They just wanna and I believe that I was stuck there for a long time.
Mm.
I was there. I was massaging that pain.
Yeah.
And yeah, yeah.
Okay.
And I think that people do that. And it's interesting because when I started understanding what I was doing, people that I was friends with, that we fed each other that same thing.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, I started to see things. Whoa, that's me. And that was us. Our relationship changed because some of them wanted to stay stuck in that and
Mm.
got angry with me. But I think sometimes that happens because they're really angry with themselves. And if they don't want to change and do that hard work of really getting in there and looking at the stuff you're afraid of, then they have to put it on someone else.
Isn't that though our culture? Isn't that our culture to stay the course, stay where we are? Aren't we raising our kids to even to do that? Is that the prevailing culture?
Oh, yeah. And it's so sad. It is so sad. And I think it's worse because we feel like we have to be in one box or the other to stay safe, and we've got to maintain that. And so I think it's really getting worse.
Yeah, I can't say it's getting worse because when I heard your TED talk, it took me to someone that I know who was having a hard time letting go of some things and really decided to change the course. Went out and got a pig to take care of. Who does that? Unless you wanted to change your course. Okay. So you got to give that person a lot of credit for that because they said, okay, you know what? Everything's status quo, but no one else has a pig. So you give them a lot of credit for that. At least I do.
And I think some people have done that with the whole COVID thing we've gone through. I
Right, yeah.
think that we look at this and it certainly is a tragedy. Let's just I'm not gonna try and sugarcoat. I had a good friend who passed away a few months ago. So and a family member. But I think that we don't always look for possibilities in difficult times and in suffering. We don't look for the possibilities that can come out of that and say, well, it is here. I'm not going to just, as you said, just stay with the pain, massage the pain. It feels good. But I'm going to look at what can what good can come out of this. This can be an amazing time. I've been writing a novel, my first novel,
Yeah,
during
yes,
this
yeah.
time when I had to stay at home, and so I'm like, I gotta look at things, what is possible. There's always something that is possible, even if
Oh,
some
yeah.
things are not possible.
Even if you feel like they're not possible now, they're possible tomorrow or the next day or the next
Right.
month. It's so good. You gave another solution that I started down a little bit of, but I want you to talk about this as well. A solution of decluttering. It seemed like you're kind of were saying, okay, get some of the junk out of your life, declutter some of the stuff that's going on in your world, and that'll help you move to the next level.
Again, that I think that's if you've got so much going on, if your calendar is full, if you can't see things, you can't see what else might be
Mm.
there if there's too much there. And it was interesting because it really started out for me as physically decluttering. I had to get rid of stuff. I couldn't take it all with me. My ex left stuff. My kids had stuff. It
Mhm.
started out being a real practical, I've got to declutter, okay? And within that, I started seeing that this was not just about getting rid of stuff. This was about analyzing my relationship to the stuff, to the material goods,
Oh, wow.
analyzing my relationship to the things that certain things stood for. We have possessions in our life that we put meaning on. And so that meaning then translates into the value of our relationships, our photos. So it's not just a physical thing. It has deep meaning. And
Wow.
so there were things that had such deep meaning within my stuff that it opened up because I had to look at it unless I was just going to toss it all and not look at it. I had to then start examining the meaning behind it, the relationships behind it, the history behind it, all of that. And for me,
Wow.
it was like a life review. I had stuff from when I was a little girl all the way up, and then my all of my career stuff, my kids, my marriage. It just so it was like a life review from just cleaning stuff out.
Wow. So what you're saying is not only decluttering your schedule and giving yourself more space there, but s- decluttering by checking your relationship with the things that are in your closet or in your storage, or in my case right now, on my desk. Why was my desk so junky? Okay, decluttering, getting those relationships with yourself. And once you start to declutter, you get a better relationship with yourself. Is that kind of the message I should be taking?
Um, I think you find yourself, find pieces of
Hmm.
yourself that
Much better
were
put.